Hello, Scorpio, and welcome to your reading space. Hope you're doing well and in high spirits. Thank you so much for being here. All right, let's go ahead and take a look at your overall energy right now. This is a timeless reading, you guys. So anytime you come across this, anytime you want to listen back as well, there's many layers in these messages, and they are not based on a linear time frame. Also, please remember to only take what resonates. If something is negative or confusing for you, fear-based, you can always reject, cancel, clear, and not take that on. Okay, it's always your choice what you accept. We set the intention here for high vibration of truth. We give gratitude and thanks to the angels, spirit beings, all energies and facets of source here to bring blessings and benefit all involved in this reading space. Thank you so much for being here. I ask to remain centered in my higher self and in my heart space, so that I may clearly hear, see, feel, and know the divine messages imparted to me in these tools. Thank you. All right. Scorpio, what is your current energy? Are some of you pushing your intuition aside, or downloads that you're getting in? Crown chakra energy. Scorpio. Current energy, please and thank you. Don't want to talk about it? Let's see. Okay. There's a hesitation here. This is a slowly but surely process of leaving something, of moving on from something, even leaving some kind of an attachment or old mindset. Air energy as well could be possible. A way of communicating, a way of viewing things, just kind of trying to move forward in a new energy, to take on a new mindset or a new form of communication or a new venture, but maybe still holding on, in a way he's still looking back there. There's anger, there's frustration, but there's still a little bit of hope too, it's like, I'm going to move forward because everything's telling me to, but I'm still lingering. My foot's still back there. It's like we're still in the process, What else is going on in Scorpio's energy here? For who's watching this video? Yes. A lot of manifestation. Could also be dealing with Virgo energy. Doesn't have to be. But trying to master the elements. Probably trying to move in to a place where you feel more empowered to either manifest or just balance the elements in your world. Maybe even moving on from a toxic partner or situation here. I feel a sense of just wanting to transition and change into something that is more in line with the magician's energy, which is empowered. It is, I know how to utilize the elements. I know how to be the master of them. I create my own fate. I'm the master of my fate. There's a balance and there's a bit of a control with the magician as well, but over the fabric of reality. There's also a lot of happiness there, which is nice. I think for some of you, you could also be nervous or hesitating to totally move on here, because you're not totally, the future looks challenging, difficult, or unclear if you fully let go of something. Maybe you're using it as a crutch, whatever it is, but Virgo in reverse here with the Hermit in reverse. But it's just, I don't think it's the case. I think what comes beyond the clouds that you don't see is this empowerment, this presence. The Hermit in reverse, because it's a major arcana, yes, it is the Virgonian energy, but it doesn't mean it's necessarily somebody you're dealing with, though it can be for some of you. But we could be talking a little more around you coming out of your cave, out of your process, out of your introspection, out of your isolation, maybe to become more active or more social. Maybe for some of you, you've been in that Hermit energy, and now we see the King of Wands here. So either this can be a fire sign, a fire energy that you're dealing with, or it can be you looking back at things and finding your inner rage, your anger, your heat about it, even your creation about it. Leader energy right here. And here, the Hermit and the King of Wands are kind of reflecting each other. It's just that this is seasoned. This passion in this wand is seasoned. This one is fresh. It's healing. It's new. And it's like something has come into full bloom here. And this wand, it's clearer for you now. And now you're like, you know, F this, whatever happened in the past here. For others of you, that's Leo, Aries, maybe Sagittarius, but I really feel more Leo, Aries energy. That could be around for some. Okay. What else is going on for Scorpio people watching this video? Please and thank you. I feel like this is you, though. I feel like you're going to be angered about something, or you're going to be frustrated about it, and it's like long overdue, or it's like well deserved that you would be in a way. Yeah, there could have been a separation here, a very permanent separation, or something could have never came to fruition with someone here. Okay, you could have also not gotten the truth about somebody. So for some of you, there could be a connection to UK or England as well. That's possible. All right, what else is going on in Scorpio's energy here? Please and thank you. A lot of major arcanas. Yeah, I feel like some of you went through a breakup, either from a long-term partner, or you never got that start of something that you thought could be very serious somehow. Maybe you're angry at yourself. Maybe you're angry at them. Maybe you're angry at everything. Maybe you're angry at both. Maybe somebody, well, what did happen here? Why did this end? Why did this never start? Why is it over? I mean, it could be because you didn't get the full truth here. Could also be because you didn't tell the full truth. Maybe it's both. Interesting. Strength has to do with Leo and soft control here. It has to do with, you know, the flow. Knight of Swords, trying to fight the flow. Arguments. Empress in reverse. Interesting. I feel a lot of arguments or fights or just anger. Fighting the flow, frustration. Again, something that came out here. Not listening to your intuition a bit comes through in this reading. And I feel like this could be very much in a past energy. Interesting. Whatever happened here, it's like somebody or something you were with was very chaotic, confusing. Maybe it was dramatic. Maybe there was anger involved, or maybe there was just a frustration. Maybe you couldn't agree on things. Maybe by staying in it, things were more stable, but they were also more heated or hard. I feel tension here. I feel difficulties. And I feel like it was really hard to let go of a lot of what happened here. And then there's that air energy again coming through the swords. I feel like you and somebody were fighting for the same cause in different ways, ironically, but it felt like you were fighting each other at times. Or maybe you knew you were both fighting for something here, but it wasn't working. This did bring you some kind of emotional comfort here in the past, whatever this was. And somebody here could have opened up to an emotional offer. Maybe not with you, or vice versa, you not with them. And that could be where you're moving on as well from something. I feel like you're moving on independently, but, you know, this is for multiple people. So maybe a few of you are moving on with somebody else. I don't know. I see a lot of blue. So this to me indicates there could have been complications and troubles, again, with communication. Especially, I mean, that's the first energy out, basically. All right, anything else for Scorpio? Please and thank you. This is like you in the past, or somebody that you're dealing with, or maybe both, trying to find the sense of power, you know, the sense of I'm not powerless, I'm not helpless. But I feel like it wavered back and forth. Sometimes that's exactly what you felt, is just that, powerless. Basically, Scorpio, no, regardless of the details of your situation, I do feel like you've been dealing with, who I'm connecting with has been dealing with another person, or even if it's not romantic, just a relationship here. though it does feel like it's connected to romance for you. Some of you, though, it's mindsets. Some of you, it's challenges, it's perspectives. But either way, it feels like things were complicated, they were hard. We are trying to move on now. We're trying to move forwards now. And I feel like the moving on and the moving forwards, it feels like we're moving away from something into our own independence. But for some of you, you could be moving on within something here and just laying everything to rest. I feel more on the side of going independent, okay? Which makes sense. If you want validation about doing that, it absolutely makes sense here. But I do see that it doesn't feel like something is totally gone here. The anger or the emotional energy around something. That could also, again, indicate a fire energy coming through in the future. But to me, it's like, no, something's not totally over. And who might Scorpio be dealing with? Please and thank you. Who might Scorpio be dealing with here? Please and thank you. Could be dealing with multiple energies. Friendship, but again, I get really moving on. I mean, also there's a home energy to this. Neptune, Cancer, Pisces. So yeah, fellow water energy could be present. In the past here, again, Pisces, Neptune energy, lack of emotional clarity though. More than anything, it's lack of emotional clarity. And it's moving forwards. I mean, Three of Cups is celebration, it's friendship. It could also be multiple energies, okay? Maybe you're not clear about what is what or who is what. Maybe you really have passion for someone, but they trigger you, you know. It could go different ways. There's the Magician on its side. Mercury, Virgo, Gemini. Who else is Scorpio dealing with here? Scorpio watching. Who is involved in this situation? Mom for some of you. There we have, again, Virgo, Leo, and Cancer coming through. Libra, Justice, our air energy. Fire energy, I mean, that's a fresh fire energy there as well. You could be getting justice, clarity, and truth here. There's your own sign, Scorpio, giving and receiving love, connected to childhood here. And the Nine of Pentacles in reverse, withdrawing from a long-term investment perhaps. And then there's Virgo as well. And then more Cups energy. Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio. I feel like for some of you, you're dealing with somebody that you really thought was it. Or maybe they were it for a while. But in some way, you thought that. Interesting. Virgo or Capricorn in reverse here. The Devil in reverse. I mean, you could have freed yourself a while ago from this. Whatever it is, it's complicated. Let's put it that way. And maybe sometimes your head's not in the game. Or maybe you could have lost your job or freed yourself from a job because of this situation with someone. I do feel like you've embarked on some kind of healing work, healing energy here. I want to say that it's working. Absolutely working. It's what's giving you some of the strength here to feel your feels, to move forwards. But I don't know, I keep seeing that King of Wands energy and I'm like, All right. Interesting, Scorpio. When I shuffle, I keep seeing the Four of Wands, but it never comes out. Four of Wands is like deep commitments, marriage, contracts, unification over a distance. It's that kind of an energy, you know. So that's interesting. All right, anything else to say about Scorpio here? Please and thank you. They're directing me here first. Anything else to say for Scorpio here? Please and thank you. I really didn't expect for your reading to be focused on love. Wow, okay. Love and connections, yet here it kind of is. Scorpio, please and thank you. Trust. The situation is calling for you to have faith, even just in the process of how it turns out. There's that wand again. And in the past, further past, we have getting to know each other. As you reveal your innermost selves to each other, your bond deepens. All right, why does Scorpio need to have trust? Do you want to enhance on that, please? And thank you. Do you want to enhance on that, please? And thank you. Why Scorpio needs to have trust here. Because something is connected to an unfair situation with your mother or childhood here. Or there could be something around shared finances that is shifting or changing. It could be something that's very selective as well, that is very frustrating. But it's like we're coming out of it or healing out of it. This could say that conflict, confusion, arguments with somebody or even with yourself is part of a process of getting through a selective or toxic energy connected way back into your life, but also showing up as a pattern perhaps in this current dynamic or the near past dynamic. There was something that you learned, something that was educational from a process that you've been through that's been confusing with someone or been challenging. I mean, of course, there's always something we learn, but this especially is connected to learning something around that Six of Pentacles reversed energy there. Could even be around sharing. I hear sharing is caring. All right. This could really trigger memories or feelings of helplessness and abuse. And I, again, feel that communication especially has been abusive in something here. Yeah, I don't feel something coming back around or you getting the full truth on something here. So it's kind of just the same stuff we just read. All right. So I'm just going to go ahead and look at one more thing in this deck, which is just if there's any advice. And also to see what you're currently feeling. So let's just begin with advice in this situation. Advice to take your time. Don't try to do fast communication or fast movement or act on things quickly. Don't expect it either. Just take your time. Feel your feels. In the past year, you were heartbroken about something here. You were disappointed. It was a lot. It was painful. So let yourself feel that. You don't need to force healing. You don't need to force yourself into unification or together with somebody here. It's just not necessary. I also see here past energy, just not having forwards motion, not being built up with something here. No teamwork. No movement, really. Any other advice? Please and thank you. And I just feel like you don't need to force that or push that. It's more about feeling what you feel. You don't need to argue. You don't need to fight the flow. You don't need to fight this. You can just surrender to this, okay? And that may be a hard concept at times, but an important one. Anything else? Advice for Scorpio? Please and thank you. Lots of advice. Pay attention to what empowers you or assists you to feel empowered. You're not helpless anymore. That was a long time ago. That was in the past. Try to remember that. You don't need to accept the, what comes. You're allowed to just heal here, especially if it keeps you in an emotionally sane place. You don't need to be in a slow-moving, heavy or abusive relationship. It's not necessary. There's a lot of people out there. It's just not necessary. There are better things, better situations, better things for you than something that is abusive and heavy. Doesn't mean that you don't gain something from it, that you don't learn from it. Absolutely not. You do. Doesn't mean that you don't care about somebody. Of course. Doesn't mean you can't take your time to figure things out and to see where things progress. Absolutely not. You can always take your time. And in fact, it's what's recommended here. But are you going to lose something by taking your time and stepping back and putting yourself in a bubble here? No. And if something is pressing and pressuring you like that, or you feel like you're going to lose it if you take time for yourself, nah. It's a nah. It's a no. It's a no, you know. You need to take the time you need to take, and you have just reason here to do that. No matter how you can spin it or, you know, hold yourself accountable, you've been hurt, and you do not need to force something here. And I think you know that. You're usually pretty clear. That E sticks out there as well. But some of you, that ignoring the intuition thing came through just a little bit, or being angry at the intuition. So, you know, it can be trickier sometimes than we lead on. I definitely feel some kind of a breakup or an ending here in the past, or a new love that never came through. So then what? You tried to gain control and work a lot, but you're still holding on. Could be a little bit about mirroring here and looking in the mirror as well. That could actually be adding to the pain if you're not seeing your own part in something. But not in a negative way necessarily. This isn't about looking in the mirror and hating yourself. This is about looking in the mirror and having compassion for yourself and understanding yourself so that you may better understand others, which you're very good at, Scorpio. Actually, you're very, very good at that. You're extremely psychic and watery and intense in the best way. What's coming up for Scorpio? Future outcome here. You are going to be in something more committed, or in an energy that is more one-on-one here is what I feel. What else? Future energy. I don't see you getting that beginning, though, that emotional beginning, at least not right now, or into an energy of celebration, or that friend back, or whatever it is for you. I don't see the expression or the emotional thing here, especially if you're dealing with water energy. I'm not seeing that. I see more an energy of shadow work, but it's slow moving. Slowly revealing, slowly but surely revealing the inner workings, but not fully. I see you a little bit in between as well with a water energy. I see more of a separation or a distance from that water energy than anything, though you're not fully convinced of it somehow. This could also be that you don't feel emotionally mature or capable or ready, and that's part of where that shadow work comes in. What else is going on in the future here for Scorpio? Mostly I see breakup, I see endings, or I see you not moving towards that connection with somebody or something here. Anything else going on for Scorpio in the near future? There are new beginnings, though. And this is not the kind of new beginnings that are emotional or this is like tender, humble beginnings in your own world, perhaps with money, job opportunities. You're growing. There's growth here. There's a trust. There's a beginning in the way that you rely on yourself. There's more stability, more rooted energy coming through in the near future. You could also be receiving some kind of an offer from work. Again, money, a gig, something like that, or an earth energy. There could be an earth energy coming in, okay, beyond this watery energy. But in general, I do see you healing from resentments and things that you hold in your heart during this process. But if you've been dealing with a watery energy, a fellow Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, and you've resonated with this reading, I see in the future here, the near future for most of you, that you are separated. You are not together, okay? Doesn't mean that you can't come together beyond this point that Spirit's showing you. Absolutely not, because I do see you uncertain. But I feel like there's a lot that you have to learn about yourself now, and maybe them about themselves, and there's just a lot happening. And everything is reversed. So it definitely indicates a separation or a backwards motion and movement here. Yeah, I feel like a lot of you, you felt this could have been a wish fulfillment or a dream at some point. So seeing that reversed, it just clarifies that energy of the breakup, essentially, or the ending, or the friendship that's over, the situation that's over. And I am sorry for that, because I know that that's painful. I do know that's a painful process. Just remember, we read energy though, and energy is super fluid. I can't tell you how many times I've thought something was going to be a certain way, listened to a reading, it affirmed what I thought it would be, and then the next week, you know, it's all different and changed, and they're picking up on that new energy that's changed. So this is why we say energy is fluid, why outcomes are fluid. This outcome could be what you think is going to happen, what you feel is going to happen, but it doesn't mean it's what's going to happen. If something is really unhealthy and toxic for you, it probably should happen, you know? But I do see some kind of a cycle completing with the world here. This could free you up from this little bubble of like, it has to be this or that. And I also want to say, I don't actually see cards of breakup here. I see everything reversed. Reversals can be a pause, a separation, a waiting period. And then you have this Page of Pentacles here, which is something new. So, I mean, it's not totally certain that we're like ending and leaving something for good here in the outcome of this all. I would need more cards to tell me that, or more of a feeling that that was absolutely it. And I don't actually have that feeling. I have more of a suspension feeling. Yeah, it's like you're not open, they're not open. Somebody's not open here to giving and receiving love. And you know, the other way to read this is if you're not dealing with a water energy, this is you literally just pulling out of this situation and connection completely. You're not being emotionally open. You're not offering your love. You're not offering your friendship. You're not offering all the gifts that you have to give in your emotionally mature self. You're just not doing it. You're focusing on you. You're not offering the stability. You're not offering this. That's another way to look at it. Freeing yourself from the bubble, a bubble here. From the arguments and the confusion, the chaos and the conflict. It's just draining you maybe, or just it's not worth it. I just feel you not wanting to heal here. Or somebody not wanting to heal here. And that's more than justified. So Scorpio, that is what we had for you. Remember, you can always email frequencyoftheheart@gmail.com for personal reading inquiries. But until then, we send you lots of love, lots of wellness and success. Try to hold, you know, your hopes as high as you can for your own beginnings here, because I do see them, and I do see that they're quite beautiful. This relationship or this connection, whatever we just read, it's like a cloud in a lot of ways. And eventually clouds move, you know, eventually things clear. So, all right, take care, y'all.